Imagine the secret to true wealth isn't buried in a vault or hidden behind closed doors. What if I told you that the key to prosperity, family harmony, and spiritual well-being is right in front of you, sitting at your dining table? For billionaires and those who truly understand the art of living well, the dining table is far more than just a place to eat. It's a space where intentions are set, relationships are strengthened, and energy flows freely, shaping the very destiny of the home. While most of us rush through meals, unaware of the deeper significance, the wealthiest individuals know that their dining table is a silent yet powerful tool for attracting abundance and peace. What simple objects could have the power to transform your environment and set the stage for success? Could it really be as easy as placing a candle, a jar of salt, or an heirloom on your table? In today's video, we're diving deep into the 3 essential items billionaires swear by to create harmony and invite prosperity into their homes. You won't believe the impact these seemingly small details can have on your life. So are you ready to unlock the hidden secrets of the dining table that could change your world? For the longest time, many of us have viewed the dining table as just a piece of furniture where we eat meals and gather with loved ones. However, there is a deeper, more spiritual and psychological meaning attached to this space. The dining table plays a central role in the flow of energy within a home. From the perspective of Feng Shui, spiritual living, and applied psychology, the dining table is not simply a location for meals, but a powerful source of energy that can affect all aspects of life. When we consider how we arrange the items on the table, each item placed on the dining table serves as a tool to cultivate intention and focus. Successful people know that the key to attracting wealth and happiness lies in making mindful choices, and this includes the objects they keep around them. They don't just put anything on the table. They carefully select objects that resonate with the energy they wish to cultivate in their lives. Billionaires and successful individuals are not interested in flashy, unnecessary items. Instead, they understand that the power of intention behind the things they keep is what matters most. Every choice is deliberate, aimed at nurturing their relationships, enhancing their mindset, and promoting spiritual well-being. The dining table, then, becomes a space that reflects these values and serves as a constant reminder to live with intention. Now that we understand the importance of the dining table and the role it plays in the flow of energy, let's dive into the 3 items that are always found on the dining tables of billionaires. These items may seem simple, but their impact is profound. The first item that billionaires often place on their dining tables is a small candle. At first glance, this might seem like a mere decorative object, but in truth, it holds a profound symbolic meaning, especially in the context of spiritual living and ancient traditions. In the world of Feng Shui and other philosophical practices, a candle is not just a source of light. It represents the divine presence, the illuminating path of wisdom, and the reminder to embrace life's fleeting moments. The candle's light serves as a powerful symbol of clarity and insight, qualities highly valued in both spiritual and material wealth. In Buddhism, light is a central metaphor. The Buddha himself is often referred to as the light of the world, as his teachings illuminate the path out of suffering and ignorance. In many Buddhist practices, lighting a candle is symbolic of dispelling darkness, both literal and figurative. Darkness represents ignorance, confusion, and despair, while light symbolizes wisdom, purity, and enlightenment. Psychologically, the presence of a candle has a profound effect on our emotional state. The gentle flicker of its flame activates the brain's positive emotional centers, evoking feelings of warmth, safety, and tranquility. This helps promote mindfulness, encouraging individuals at the table to slow down, savor their food, and engage in deep, meaningful conversation. In today's fast-paced world, where meals are often rushed, this moment of stillness is invaluable. Billionaires understand the significance of this small ritual. A candle transforms a dining space into a sanctuary, where relationships are nourished, peace thrives, and the energy of positivity is present. They place it not just for decoration, but to ground their space in mindful intention. The color and scent of the candle also play a significant role. For instance, a white candle symbolizes purity and mental clarity, aligning with the Buddhist practice of cultivating a clear mind free of distractions. A soft pink or lavender candle, on the other hand, can promote warmth and intimacy, echoing the Buddhist values of compassion and loving kindness. The ritual of lighting a candle reminds us of a profound Buddhist teaching. To walk in the light of wisdom is to walk towards liberation from suffering. In this sense, the candle's flame is not just a symbol, but a call to awaken to the beauty and impermanence of life. The second item billionaires carefully place on their dining tables is symbolic salt. Throughout history, salt has been revered in nearly every culture, both for its practical uses and its spiritual significance. In Feng Shui, salt is considered one of the most powerful tools for purifying energy. A small jar of salt on the dining table serves as a reminder to maintain purity, balance, and harmony within the home. In Buddhist philosophy, the practice of purification is central to spiritual growth. Salt, in its simplicity, is seen as a purifying agent, much like the mindfulness practices that cleanse the mind of negative thoughts and attachments. Salt has the power to absorb impurities, neutralize negative energies, and restore balance. Much like how meditation can clear the mind of distractions, helping the practitioner to return to their true nature. In ancient times, salt was used in sacred rituals to signify purity, protection, and loyalty. The Bible references salt as a symbol of covenant and trust, famously declaring, "You are the salt of the earth." In many cultures, salt is viewed as a life-giving substance, a symbol of something essential and lasting. The phrase "salt of the earth" has transcended its material meaning to represent people who are dependable, humble, and true to their values, much like the pure and transformative qualities of salt itself. Psychologically, the act of placing salt on the dining table serves as an invisible shield, absorbing negative energy, fostering peace, and creating a sense of safety and protection. For billionaires who understand the deep symbolic value of this, the salt is not placed to season food, but to serve as a spiritual shield, ensuring that the atmosphere of the home remains free from chaos and negative vibrations. In Buddhist teachings, there is a saying, "May the pure energy of our practice be like salt, purifying and sustaining our spirit." This resonates with the idea that the presence of salt on the table helps purify not just the space, but also the minds and hearts of those who gather around it. Just as salt enhances the flavor of food, so too does it enhance the spiritual nourishment in our lives. The third item that billionaires often keep on their dining tables is a family heirloom. It might be an old silver spoon, a vintage fruit bowl, or even a worn piece of jewelry passed down through generations. The emotional significance of these items far outweighs their material value. These heirlooms carry with them the stories, the values, and the memories of past generations, serving as a powerful link between the past, the present, and the future. In Buddhism, the concept of generational wisdom is deeply embedded. The Buddha often spoke of the three jewels: Buddha, Dharma, the teachings, and Sangha, the community, as essential guides for living a fulfilled life. Just as a family heirloom passes down tangible memories and values, so too do the teachings of the Buddha pass down timeless wisdom that guides future generations towards peace, compassion, and enlightenment. Psychologically, family heirlooms provide a sense of continuity, grounding, and connection. They serve as a reminder of where we come from and the legacy we carry. The presence of an heirloom on the dining table serves as a quiet yet powerful reminder of the foundation upon which our present lives are built. In Buddhist thought, honoring the past is a way of cultivating gratitude and humility, values that are essential for a peaceful and prosperous life. In the realm of prosperity, both material and spiritual, family heirlooms symbolize stability. They remind us to honor the past, not to dwell in it, but to carry its lessons forward. This creates a sense of security, belonging, and connection to something greater than ourselves. In many Buddhist teachings, the concept of honoring one's roots is fundamental, as it creates a stable foundation for future growth. When a family heirloom graces the dining table, it is a constant invitation to reflect on the values and lessons passed down through the generations. It speaks of enduring love, wisdom, and respect. As the Buddha once taught, true wealth is not in material possessions, but in the richness of the heart and the depth of relationships. While the right items on the dining table can enhance the positive energy, there are also certain things that should be avoided. These items can block the flow of positive energy and disrupt the harmony of the space. In the modern world, smartphones, tablets, and other electronic devices have become essential parts of our lives. However, as convenient as they may be, placing them on the dining table can cause far-reaching consequences, disrupting connection and diminishing the sacredness of shared mealtimes. Consider this. Dining together is not simply about consuming food. It is a moment of connection, a ritual of bonding and nourishing relationships. Yet when electronic devices invade this space, they subtly steal our attention. Instead of engaging in meaningful conversation or being present with those around us, we find ourselves lost in the digital world, scrolling through messages or catching up on emails. Over time, this growing distraction leads to the erosion of quality relationships, leaving behind a sense of disconnection. Billionaires and wealthy individuals understand the importance of presence, not just in business meetings or social interactions, but also at the dining table. They know that the dining table is a sacred space, one where the energy is meant to be calm, nurturing, and harmonious. Psychological studies support this understanding, showing that eating in a distracted state, whether by technology or external worries, can diminish the enjoyment of food, reduce the richness of conversation, and most importantly, hinder the emotional connection between family members. The Buddha in his teachings often emphasized the value of mindfulness, being fully present in every moment. He said, "The mind is everything. What you think you become." In a modern sense, this teaching underscores the significance of undistracted meals, where we can be present with our loved ones, appreciating the nourishment not only of our bodies, but also of our hearts. By placing electronic devices aside during meals, we honor the time spent together, creating space for connection, gratitude, and shared experiences. So the next time you sit at the table, remember the ancient wisdom: when eating, eat; when walking, walk. This simple act of mindfulness allows us to fully immerse ourselves in the experience at hand, nurturing relationships and creating a home environment of love and tranquility. Another common yet potentially harmful habit is leaving cash, wallets, or financial documents on the dining table. At first glance, it may seem trivial, perhaps even convenient, but from both a psychological and Feng Shui perspective, this habit can disrupt the energy of the space and invite unwanted stress into what should be a peaceful, nourishing environment. Money, while essential in our modern world, often carries with it the energy of worry. Bills, financial obligations, and the constant weighing of enough or not enough create tension that can seep into every aspect of our lives. The dining table, a place intended for relaxation and connection, becomes the ground for anxiety. Thoughts about money during a meal can subtly affect the way we eat and the atmosphere we create with those around us. As wealth and abundance are primarily mental states, when we bring the energy of financial stress to the table, we unintentionally draw more scarcity into our lives. The Buddha's teachings remind us that true wealth is not measured by the gold in your vault, but by the peace in your heart. In this light, the presence of financial concerns on the dining table, where we should be nurturing ourselves and our loved ones, sends a conflicting message to our minds. It's a signal that money, rather than relationships or peace, has become the primary concern. Billionaires who practice mindfulness understand this principle well. They know that a clean, uncluttered table symbolizes a clean mind, one that is free from the distractions of financial worries. When they sit down to a meal, they are creating an atmosphere that encourages mental clarity and emotional tranquility, free from external pressures. A meal should be a time to connect, not a time to solve problems or dwell on what we lack. By removing cash, wallets, and financial documents from the dining table, we send a message to ourselves and others that mealtimes are sacred, meant for nourishing our souls, not for stressing over bills or budgets. As the ancient saying goes, abundance begins with peace, and peace begins with the mind. One of the most subtle yet impactful elements on the dining table is clutter. Leftover food wrappers, crumpled napkins, and unclean dishes. It's easy to overlook how these small, seemingly insignificant objects can affect the energy of a space. But in Feng Shui, everything has meaning. Every item placed on the table carries an energy, and a cluttered table can block the free flow of positive energy. The presence of clutter on the dining table creates an environment of disarray. Instead of the peaceful energy that should fill the space, there is a sense of unease and distraction. This is especially important when we consider the psychological and spiritual dimensions of eating together. Meals are a time for reflection, sharing, and bonding, but when the table is messy, it becomes a physical manifestation of internal disorganization. The clutter may cause feelings of agitation, frustration, and even a loss of appetite. The Buddha spoke often about the importance of simplicity and the need to clear our minds of unnecessary distractions. He once said, "A cluttered mind is a hindrance to wisdom." Just as a cluttered mind impedes spiritual growth, a cluttered table impedes the enjoyment of the meal and the deep connections that come with it. A clean, well-arranged table creates space for clarity and peace, allowing the meal to become a time of nourishment for both the body and the soul. Billionaires and successful individuals understand the importance of creating a space where energy can flow freely. A clean and organized dining table is a reflection of an organized, mindful life. They know that when the table is neat, it creates an environment where abundance, whether emotional, relational, or financial, can thrive. This reflects the timeless Buddhist wisdom: clean your mind and your world will follow. A tidy table is a way of honoring the time spent together, respecting the space you share, and showing gratitude for the nourishment you are receiving. It's not just about aesthetics. It's about creating a sanctuary for connection, peace, and love. Lastly, it's important to recognize when certain items no longer serve the purpose of fostering positive energy. Old, broken, or mismatched items are not just material objects. They symbolize stagnation and a lack of growth. By holding on to these things, you are unknowingly holding on to negative energy. To ensure the flow of energy remains strong within the family, you need to know when to let go of items that no longer serve you. Releasing these things not only keeps the table clean, but also makes space for new, positive things to enter your life. In conclusion, the dining table is not just a place to eat. It is a sacred space that reflects the values and vision of your family. Items like a small candle, a jar of salt, or a family heirloom bring special energy that helps invite prosperity, protect peace, and strengthen family connection. On the other hand, items such as electronic devices, financial papers, trash, and broken objects disrupt the positive energy flow and can affect the peace in your life. By carefully selecting what you place on your dining table, You can create a space filled with positive energy, nurturing relationships, and laying the foundation for long-term prosperity and happiness. This simple step can be incredibly powerful in starting to create a better life, not just for you, but for your family. Start today by creating a dining table filled with positive energy. It doesn't need to be fancy or expensive, but it should reflect care, presence, and love. Even a simple meal can become a sacred ritual if you infuse it with attention and gratitude.